It's the Glastonbury Market update, and if you're looking to buy or sell in Glastonbury, you don't want to miss this. Hi, my name's Linda Edelwich with William Ravis Real Estate right here in Glastonbury, Connecticut, and I have all the data you need to know about what happened in the market in 2022 and where we're headed in 2023. So here goes. We sold a total of 347 homes, single-family homes, per MLS in 2022. The median price point was $475,000, and if you looked at the number one selling price point, that was the price point between $400,000 and $500,000, and that median price was at $450,000. That's really interesting. So the years before, we had seen the most amount of activity in the lower price points, the $300,000 to $400,000 and the $400,000 to $500,000, and that was pretty consistent between 2020 and 2021. This year, it crept up a little bit, and in fact, it really crept up this past year with the higher end homes over 800 selling more over asking than they did in the years prior. If you like some really detailed information about the data that I produced, feel free to reach out to me in a DM and I'll be sure to send you all the information. I broke it down per price point, and I even broke it down per how much over asking you can expect, and that's really important. If you're looking to buy, you're looking to sell, you need this data. You need to know what's going on in our local market. Okay, so here we are, first week of January, and we currently have 27 homes on the market, of which 15 are new construction. So that's really just leaving a very small amount of those pre-loved homes on the market. I'm going to get into some price points that if you have a house in that price point, you don't want to miss this information because it's going to be super interesting for you. I thought it would be interesting to know that we had 12 houses under contract and all of them are new construction. So they're not expected to close for probably months because, supply chain issues with, building permits and everything else. Housing can take a little while to come to fruition right now when you're in new construction. We have a median price point, like I said, at $475, and the median price per square foot was $228 a square foot. That's across the board. The lowest price house to the highest price house. That was our median price point. And on average, our houses were selling about 4% over asking. So you still had that, buyer demand issues going on, which is why we are not seeing a depreciation going into 2023 with home sales. And I'm going to really step out on a limb here and say we're probably not going to see that in 2024 either. Because we have such limited inventory, we are still going to see a slight increase and a slight appreciation in home sales as a direct result. We're also seeing the interest rates coming down, and interest rates, are hovering in that 6.5-ish, and we are definitely thinking they're going to be going into the mid 5s in 2023, which is a great prediction. I'm really hoping that comes to fruition for all of our buyers and our sellers. We're going to be a healthy market again, and that's a win-win for everybody. So this is what I think is super interesting. Since most homes last year sold between $400,000 and $500,000 in that price point, would it be interesting to know there are only 2 homes in the market right now in that price point? So if you had a house that you're thinking about putting on the market and you're thinking about waiting to put it on the market, I wouldn't wait. You have no competition. And if you think about where the houses were selling on average last year, the 2 houses that are on the market right now in that $400,000 to $500,000 price point are under that, okay? So in the $300,000 to $400,000, that's our next big winner as we move into 2023 because it's been a perennial favorite in the last couple of years. I would tell you that there is one house in the market in the $377 range right now. And that also holds true if you are a seller and you are thinking about putting your house on the market. I wouldn't be waiting. You have no competition. You really have no competition, and you could be seeing some of the better sales prices. You might even see multiple offers with buyers willing to waive contingency still. So that is a good win-win for you. Again, we talked about the price point breakdown. If you want that, just let me know. I also did what I thought was super interesting for everybody is I broke down, looking at what our average price point was and thinking if you have great credit, you're probably putting down 20%, you're probably going to get one of the better rates. So with the rates over here and the sales, the mortgage amounts up here, I broke it down what your monthly payment is. That does not include taxes, insurance, HOA fees, and things like that. It's just principal and interest rounded up to the nearest dollar. So here goes. If you were in that average price point of $450,000, you were probably putting down 20%. You're probably mortgaging $360,000. And if you're at a 6% interest rate, your payment is $2,158. So $2,158. You want to go to 5.5%. If we end up there, you're looking at $2,044 for that same $360,000 payment. And if you are at 6.5%, that just tweaked up to $2,275. So that's really interesting data. I think it's super important if you're a buyer. I think it's also interesting if you're a seller and you're kind of on the cusp of thinking about really where to strategically price your house. You might want to look at something like this and look at where the buyers may be coming in and where the competition is right now, because there isn't any. You're going to do really well. So that is the wrap up of the market update for the first week of January 2023. Thank you so much for stopping in. If you have any specific questions, you can DM me, you can send me a text message, and I'm here to help. Take care and Happy New Year.